welcome back. Today we're thinking about engagement and analytics, taking note of what's going on. In simple terms, engagement and analytics is the analysis of audience interaction with your content. The goal of this video is to show you how people engage with your content, who engages with your content, and then this will provide you actionable insights that will help you build a great presence and a beautiful community online. Put it another way, engagement and analytics show you how your audience interacts with your content, who does, and why they might be interested in your message in the first place. This can help shape your content, work out what is going on. It can help you understand what demographic is interested in the things you're doing. It can tell you how well a specific piece of content resonates with your audience and how well a particular campaign that you've run focuses. Today we're going to focus on 4 different platforms: Facebook pages, Facebook groups, Twitter and Instagram. Let's dive right in. First section, we're going to look at Facebook pages and Instagram together because they're done in a piece of kit called the Meta Business Suite. So let's dig in. So I'm on facebook.com, and on the left hand side I'm going to click on Cliff College to use them as an example. I'm going to click in this left hand menu as a Meta Business Suite, and then this will take me to Meta Business Suite. Obviously you can log into business.facebook.com and you'll end up there too. Down the left hand side we're going to click on Insights. Insights will take us to the overview, and in the overview you can basically see an overview of what's going on in your page. You can set some goals if you want to dig into that, and it'll tell you how to do that. It gives you a summary of things that are going on in your page, a really helpful summary. It gives you a graph of your reach and whether that's gone up or down over the past period of time. Wherever you see an I in Meta Business Suite, it's a description. It will explain what that word or that phrase means for you. So please do use that if you're struggling to understand what reach is over other things. Then you can look at some of the content you've produced and how that's gone down. You can also look at an overview of your audience, even look at whether that's gone up or down over a certain period of time. We're next going to look at results. This will helpfully give you a graph thinking about Facebook pages and Instagram reach and Facebook reach even. So you can look at that, change the date here. If you want to change different date and maybe go to the last 90 days, you could do that, or go back to the last 28 days or maybe even the last 7 days. And you'll see comparisons based upon that number that you've clicked. Here's the Facebook page profile visits, and here's the Instagram profile visits, and that'll give you a really helpful little bit of information about that and what that is compared to the dates that you've given. New likes and follows as well. You'll see all that in this section. Let's move on to look at audience. This section you have your current audience and your potential audience. Facebook again on the left hand side, Instagram on the right hand side, and as you'll see in here you can basically see a good breakdown of the audience, what age it is, whether it's men or women, and you'll see a really helpful description of where they're from and what country they're from, and you can dig into all the data about these people. Potential audience is just mainly about advertising and the potential you've got to advertise to all these incredible amounts of people if you spend lots and lots of money. What pages people like and what things people are into, and you'll see where they come from in relation. So that's a really helpful description of that. Benchmarking is people you compare yourself to. So looking at page likes and how it's going for them, and page like changes, and we can see that the sector that we're in, what the comparison there is, and that's really helpful. You could do the same for Instagram if you want to. We're now going to move on to content. Content is just the place that all your content is housed, and you can see basically how your content is doing and how people are engaging with it. You've got all different types of content here: Facebook posts, Facebook stories, Instagram posts, Instagram stories. You can see we're looking now at the last 90 days, a period of time. You can see your reach, and if you want that explained to you, you can go there, and you can see your reach by media type or by content format, and you look at that, and then you could do the same for engagement, and you could do the same for your top performing organic posts, so non-paid posts. You could also look directly at your content and see the reach, the like reactions, and you can organize your content based upon that. So if I was to organize my content based upon reach, I could see that these are the highest performing posts for reach, and they're the most recent posts, and you can maybe look at some of the reasons for why that is. Then you could organise it by likes and reactions and see how that was for the past sort of however many days you choose. Then we can look at video, and you can see the minutes viewed, the 1 minute viewed, and the 3-second views, and post reactions and shares, and look at all that information, and it'll break it down for you over here. And you look at your top performing videos, again you can see all that information. You can benchmark against other organizations and other videos. You can look at your audience and the retention of your audience in this section, and that is just a really helpful overview for the Meta Business Suite. So I'm going to come and find a Facebook group. I'm going to use Cliff College Community as an example. And down the left-hand side, you will get all these admin tools. We're going to hide those admin tools, and we're going to look down here at insights. So these are the insight options we have for Facebook groups. The first section is growth. You can see the growth of your Facebook group over an allotted period of time. So I might look over the last 60 days and see the growth of my group. I can look at membership requests and see all the membership requests. I can look at the ones that have been approved and declined and blocked. And that's the first section called growth. Then I can look at engagement, and I can see for this past 60 days, the engagement of posts, of comments, reactions, and of all together, and look at how that's been going over the past period of time. I can look at active members and see that data and see how and where the peaks and the troughs are in that information. I can also look at popular times per day. I can look at when we're popular and when we're quiet and begin to look at that. That's sometimes helpful to help you build your content strategy. What day is really popular, what days are quiet. You could also look directly at posts and see what are some of the top performing posts in relation to that. The next section is admin and moderators. I can see who are the admins. So for us, it's our Cliff College Facebook page, and we use that as our admin and moderator. I then look at membership and see who's the top contributors and what that means. You can look at down there, and you can also look at the age and gender of your group. What is the age and gender of your group? You can look at top countries, towns and cities where people are coming from, and that's just a really helpful understanding and quick guide to insights and analytics in Facebook groups. Now, Twitter Analytics looks slightly different, obviously, because they're a different organisation. So what you need to do is you need to go to analytics.twitter.com, and you'll be asked to log in. If you haven't already, I've logged in here as Cliff College, and you'll see this section. In Twitter Analytics, it's mainly based around your content rather than your audience. So you'll see a 28-day summary for the tweets that you've put out. You'll see the quantity of tweets and how that compares to previous period, and the tweet impressions, which are the quantity of people who see your tweet, and then the amount of people that have clicked on your profile, the amount of mentions, and the amount of followers that's gone up. And basically for January 23, you can see that section here: tweets, impressions, profile visits, mentions, and followers. You can see your top tweet and your top mention. You can see your top follow was, what the top media was, and then it moves down, works month by month basis. You can see December 22, what we did there, how we did, what was the top content, and this process carries on through to November and works its way down. At the top, you've also got tweets, so you can look at your individual tweets and see how they worked and how they improved and how people engaged them and what the kind of section was, and you can change the date and period for that and see all the engagements in this section here. And then in the other section, we've got more. You can see if you ever post any videos. We haven't, what the videos are, and you can look at those content. And that is analytics.twitter.com. I hope that was helpful. All these different platforms allow us to see within the platform what our audiences look like, who we are reaching, and how people are engaging. From follower counts to post engagement percentages, the world of social media analytics can be confusing to wade into. Social media analytics are important because they provide you with a measure of success for your content. how well your digital strategy is performing, and ultimately what impact you are having on the audience that you receive. Not only do these metrics give you an opportunity to showcase the importance of your work, your time, your resource, but they also provide consistent analytics that lead to major shifts in your digital presence and in your digital strategy. This could include missional opportunities, increased access to resources, and last but certainly not least, analytics keep you aware of your general social media profile and digital health. You don't know the impact of your social media presence until you have the data to back it up. In all this, however, remember behind every number is a person. We could sometimes spend our life chasing numbers, but base our success on things we can't control. My advice to you is use the numbers to help you understand your audience, what they are engaging with and why, and then build a strategy within that. Remember, we are always called to be salt and light in the world. So some of that is about understanding it, and some of that is about following God's call to us and on us to go into the digital landscape. I hope this session was helpful, and I'll see you again soon.